If you haven't seen this, welcome. So I don't know this guy. There is a story on this guy's name and whatever, but the long story short of what you need to know is that this guy has a track record. And in this, he's pleading that he's a changed person, he's reformed, he wants to be a better person, he's looking for another chance. But in the past, by the sounds of things, it sounds like he has also been given that chance. So he pleads himself, and then she responds with this.
I appreciate that, but I think it's time that we get a taste of something else because I just can't with that history. In accordance with the laws of the state of Addis.
And then he jumps her. He jumps her. Did you see that Mario Spring? Badoing? That man was over that bench when she just said, you know what? Enough is enough. It's time for you to actually start learning a lesson because you've been given too many chances. Basically what I hear in her tone of voice. Now he's over the podium. He is on top of her, but then also look at the effort that gets put into holding him back. Not only is he digging himself a grave, he keeps digging because now he's jumped onto the judge. Not to mention, this is like security or police officer in the court, right? So like it's even worse in this situation. This little wiener over here, he's just throwing quick jabs. He's like punching him in the kidney. Now he's just like hammer fisting him on the back of the shoulder. Like Lord actually knows what damage he's actually doing. So now that happens, right? It looks like court's not in session anymore, but then they bring back the same court session to finish the court session. The same guys there, the same judges there. So this is on for the continuation of the sentencing. Look how many guys are around him now. He's got a spit mask on. He's completely tied up, hog tied up here.
When we were last here, arguments were concluded and the court had begun to pronounce sentence when an incident occurred. An incident initiated by Mr. Redden, preventing the court from completing sentencing. That is the sole purpose for today's hearing. As from the events that occurred last Wednesday will be handled at a future date.
At a future date in a later sentencing.
For purposes of the record, I want to make it clear that I am not changing or modifying the sentence I was in the process of imposing last week before I was interrupted.
Yeah, because I'm absolutely sure that him jumping over the podium and tackling this poor lady absolutely changed her mind before he pleaded for an answer and she denied him.
I am making my calendar page from that day an exhibit for the court. As it existed the moment I walked in, prior to anything happening, nothing's been changed, indicating the sentence I intended to impose.
And he's in for a rude awakening because that is documented on so many levels. It's recorded, audio, video, and people are there like taking notes and writing down details of it as well. There will be no detail left out of that entire session for that guy. Stick around because the third session, chef's kiss. 19
to 48 months in the Nevada Department of Corrections. How much credit for time served does he have?
It's 0 days. He was on probation.
So he's on probation, no days served. Sounds like 19 to 48 months of jail time right now just off of this sentencing. Oh my God, he's got the whole works. Like I bet you anything, him hitting with those just feels like getting hit with a pool noodle. Make a squeak sound every time he just takes a swing with those. Man's got chew toys for hands. And now we go to the later court date. And now here we are in the instant karma court session. And my God, this lady, I don't know what the her name is, but we're gonna remember she is an absolute queen in this.
Mr. Redden, have you been given a copy of the criminal complaint this morning?
Yes, I have been given one.
You're being charged with count 1, attempt murder, victim 60 years of age or older.
Attempted murder. Attempted murder is the first one.
Count 2, battery on a protected person resulting in substantial bodily harm, victim 60 years of age or older.
Bodily harm on a protected person. So the judge surrounding by police officers and security.
a felony. Count 3, extortion by threat, a felony. Count 4, intimidating a public officer, a felony. Count 5, 6, 7, 8.
Intimidating a public officer. That, like, to me, it's like he should have just, they're hitting him with every little thing. And listen to her dialogue in some of this.
8 and 9 are all battery on an officer, the same name victim. Oh, and by the way, I do not know any of the other victims named in the criminal complaint.
And oh, by the way, I don't know any of the names in the criminal complaints here, but you're getting hit with everything is what she just said. Who do you think he's staring at? You think he's looking at his mama, or you think he's looking at his lawyer being like, damn, man, get my mama?
Performance of act or neglect of duty and willful or wanton disregard of safety or persons of property resulting in substantial bodily harm or death, a felony. Battery on a protected person, count 11, that's a gross misdemeanor offense. Count 12, battery by a prisoner, a felony. Count 13, unlawful act related to human excrement or bodily fluid, a felony. All allegedly occurring on January 3rd of 2024. Do you understand these charges?
Yes, I understand.
So after the full review, felonies now include attempted murder, battery, extortion, intimidating a public officer, disregarding safety of a person results, also battery on an officer on 3 different accounts. Yeah, battery on a protected person, 6 counts total. My God. I don't know what his plead or what his excuse is going to be at that point. It probably sounds something like this.
Your Honor, I'm sorry. To my mother, I'm sorry. To the victim, I'm sorry.
And I'm sorry to the victim.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm sorry. Oh.
For my attempted murder. I didn't mean to extort, and batter. For those 16 felonies that you are hating on me, no. Woo! That guys. What do you guys think, though? What do you guys think?